future of Isekai. The wrong way to use healing magic is what Isekai should inspire to be like. Please don't yell at me and let me explain before you put my head in a stick. I'm an Isekai junkie. I like basically all Isekai. Old Isekai, objectively bad Isekai, Isekai that borders on the ancestral side, or Isekai that their only purpose is to make you pitch a tent. It's arguably the most famous genre, or subgenre, whatever you want to call it, ever since SAO opened up Pandora's box of anime and released this Isekai epidemic upon us. 12 years later, and we have covered and explored everything under the sun, from murder maniac magical girl Nazis to being an autonomous vending machine in another world. If we aren't careful, we're gonna make a skibbity toilet in another world anime. So, as the Isekai Junkie self-elected representative, I have come to say, can we please make some more mid-Isekai? Isekai is so saturated right now that instead of putting any effort into storytelling or character writing, all of that effort goes into what can I do to make my Isekai stand out? How can I get these degenerates to hate and froth at the mouth for a revenge story, and everything else is just an afterthought? I mean, just look at Shield Hero. Its entire gimmick was getting revenge on the king and princess and proving his innocence. Then once that was over, he was just Squidward, a pessimistic incel that's just mad at the world, and every other character outside of his party is so dumb and two-dimensional, it makes my blood pressure rise. And this is just one of the many examples of once the gimmick's gone, there's no real thought put into any characters or story, which is why I appreciate the wrong way to use healing magic as an Isekai. The story is our MC Usato and his student body vice president Ryusen and president Inukami all get teleported to another world, but they were only trying to summon Ryusen and Inukami. So what do? They treat all three of them equally. They all go get their magic capabilities tested out, and it turns out Usato has an affinity for the rarest of all, healing magic, and then ends up training under Rose, who's a very scary Dami mommy that trains healers to use their powers to fight instead of heal, and that's the gist of the anime. Its unique idea is just unconventional use of healing magic. Actually, haven't I seen this somewhere before? I'm so accustomed to revenge stories and hate bait that when I heard them say they weren't trying to summon Usato, I could feel my eyeballs scraping the back of my skull. I rolled them so hard because I thought for sure they're just gonna throw this kid out of the kingdom penniless. The other two students were gonna say, sounds like a skill issue, smell you later, loser, hit the default dance on him, walk away, and then he runs off into the lore and becomes OP. It's to the point that writing normal people and characters that don't hate for no reason is the refreshing take. Kind of like my YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe if you're enjoying. And it was this take and characters that were actually what made me like the first episode so much. And that was because they were fun and got along. The first 7 minutes of this episode was solely dedicated to them meeting, chatting, and getting to know each other before they were teleported. And then by halfway through the episode, it was very clear they were developing friendly bonds and having banter and great chemistry. Ryusen is this big brother figure that got angry on their behalf for being summoned, and then even checked on Usato to see if he was okay because he wasn't supposed to be summoned. Usato, our MC, seems to be the comedic relief of the group, which is a wild choice, and then Inukami is who you would imagine the MC of an Isekai to be. She didn't know where her life was going. She felt that she wasted her youth and then is very visibly excited to be teleported to another world. I mean, for Pete's sakes, even the king, this priest lady, and the knights were all being nice and considerate to Usato, trying to hide him from Rose because she's known to be so brutal when training healers. There wasn't a single hateable character, which has brought the mood of the entire anime up. Granted, I'd be kind of mad if they were hiding me from this smoking hot Dami mommy. God, I just want to be her chick. But that's not the point. And besides the characters, this anime is legitimately pretty average Isekai anime stuff. And us junkies are really easy to please. You just need to give us a semi-immersive fantasy world with matching music, relatively decent characters with some banter between them. I don't even know if that part has to be good or not. And then some average animation. We would probably watch anything that checked these boxes if you put it in front of us. And I'll be the first to admit, the wrong way to use healing magic exceeds these categories and is not legitimately a mid Isekai. And I would say 7.5 is a great rating for it, but it's not amazing either. I just thought this was a great example of what you need to do to make an isekai by using the basics of storytelling and character writing and showing people you don't need some insane gimmick like Chinese battle tacticians rapping to be a good isekai, even though your boy Kung Ming is kind of fire. And this isn't me saying get rid of the creative and wacky ideas either, just don't forsake the writing to have them. Like Reincarnated as a Sword, aka Father Sword and Daughter Cat. I loved this anime. I'm looking forward to and hoping for a season 2. I'm invested in Fran. I want to see her grow. I want to see her achieve a demi-human evolution. I just don't want to see Skibbity Toilet in another world. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe if you did, and let me know what you thought about the wrong way to use healing magic down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.